Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. Today we're going to have what I have in my head is slow and deep. So hopefully I'll keep up that pace as we go along. We don't need any props today unless you just want to bring something in for a wrist cushion, a knee cushion, anything like that. You're welcome to do so. Otherwise, I am not going to cue anything with a prop today. So let's get started. Let's prep our bodies for our deeper and slower work. So sit however it is that you're comfortable. Good. I'm just going to move the flesh out of the way of the sits bones here too, so I can really sit into my space. I want ears, shoulders, and hips to be in relative alignment, and I want to zip up from the pubic bone to behind the navel. So I want a nice long spine from crown to tail. Good. From here, let's get some nice neck stretches as we go. So I'm just going to let my chin come to my chest. And I'm still breathing here. I'm letting the shoulders relax here. And notice as the longer you're here and the more gravity pulls your head forward, the more of a stretch you're going to get into the back. The back of the neck, that is. Good. And then from here, we'll take that back up. Good. Let's take the left ear to the left shoulder. I'm just going to take this here. I'm letting the right shoulder stay grounded here. Now, there's different things you can do. You can stay here. You can play with different angles, taking the chin towards the armpit. If you find a good spot, feel free to stay there. You can look up towards the corner. Good. You can keep this gentle movement. You don't have to hold it somewhere. For me, that's going to be about right here. Good. And then from here, if you took the chin down or took the chin up, let's come a little bit more even and come back to center. Other side, right ear, right shoulder. I'm letting the left shoulder just stay nice and down. And then again, choose what you need. Do you want to stay? Do you want to take that chin more toward the right armpit? Do you want to take it more up towards the corner? Find your sweet spot. For me, again, that's going to be about where it was on the other side. Little areas of tension that we often don't pay much attention to or give love to until we have a problem. So from here, if you took the chin down or went up, good. Take that more even and then come back to center. Good. Keeping your sternum and your shoulders forward. Just take that chin to the left and then to the right and to the left and to the right. Now back to center. Good. We'll look up. I'm taking my gaze where my ceiling and my wall meet. You can stay here. If you want a little bit more of a chin stretch, makes a funny face, but it's a really good stretch. Take your jaw forward if you can, and then your bottom lip is going to come up. And then from here, we'll release and come back to center. Good. Big inhale and reach. Exhale. Let's take a nice side bend towards the left. Try to keep shoulders and hips in alignment. And be mindful here that, yes, you don't want your shoulder to collapse. You do want it to kind of open up. But it doesn't really matter, where this arm is. What matters is that you're opening up the side body here. So we're reaching. And then you can choose to stay here. You can side bend deeper. You can open up towards the back or belly button in, getting a C-curve roll. Forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. I'm really reaching forward. So I'm getting a little back and shoulder stretch here too. And inhale and open. And using the obliques, the side abs, move right through center. Taking that over to the other side, reaching. Good. Breathing. Finding a little bit more expansion in that rib cage if you can, and then you choose. Do you want to stay here? Do you want to side bend deeper? Do you want to open to the back? Or do you want belly button in, getting that C curve roll, forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching, really reaching through this arm. I get questions sometimes why in my yoga and Pilates classes here, why I spend time doing what we're doing here, what prepares the spine for starters for some other working movement. And it feels good. And we'll come back up. Good. Gentle twist. Inhale, exhale, rotate left, arms down, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. Breathe and expand. And inhale and lift. Exhale, come to center, rotate, arms come down, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. And coming up, and coming to center. Great. Let's come to all fours here. If you come to all fours, good. Take care of your knees. Take care of your wrists if you need to do that. So I want my hips to be over my knees. Knees can be right under the hip or a little bit wider if you've got a cranky low back here. I'm spreading my fingers nice and wide. I'm rooting through the knuckles with pinky, pointer, and thumb. The tops of my feet are down. And if I were to look down, I would not see my feet in here. So my feet are behind my knees. My belly button is in. Let's take some gentle cat-cow. Inhale, chest comes forward, pelvis tilts back. Exhale, round, belly button is in. Press the floor away, gazes to the thighs of the belly button. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Now, come back to a neutral spine. We're going to do a little bit of belly breathing here. So what I want you to do is when you inhale, envision that you're filling up the belly with air, so your belly is going to come down towards the mat. When you exhale, think about deflating the belly. So the belly button is going to come in deeper towards the spine. So from here, inhale, belly comes down. Exhale, belly comes in. Notice how I'm not rounding the spine here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. From here, you can come back, get a little child's pose, decompress the wrist. That's a really good breathing exercise to do. It does help tone the belly, but it also helps calm down the nervous system. So when you're having a panic attack, kind of thinking about that kind of breath sometimes can be really helpful. Hopefully you don't have panic attacks. I used to, my senior year in high school is when they emerged. And that type of breathing really, really helped, especially if I was at school during a panic attack. So from here, when you're ready, we're going to come back forward. Good. We're going to do some opposite arm, opposite leg work. So belly button is in. I'm going to take my right foot back. Good. I'm pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. I'm going to let my left hip drop slightly so my hips are even. I'm pressing back through that heel. My shoulders are in their pockets, but I've got a micro bend in the elbows here. Breathe. Expand the rib cage on the inhale. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, coming forward. Good. I am going to lift my foot, lift my leg. Left arm's going to come forward. Good. I'm pressing out of my right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, slow and controlled. Elbow to the knee. See if you can touch. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, really round. Really taking that belly button, really squeeze. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Now, I'm going to reset. So I'm going to press away. I'm going to put a little point in my toes back here, but not so much that I get a foot cramp. Tap, toes and fingers. Tap, squeeze the shoulder, squeeze the thigh, or that, not the thigh, but the glute when you come up. Thigh might work a little bit too. And tap, and lift. Tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. Pause. A little circle with the arm. Other direction. Good. Little circle with the leg. Other direction. Good. Bring that down. Child's pose, decompress. Right wrist really might even need a little shake out here. And when you're ready, we're going to take that all to the other side, planting the hand, coming back up. Left leg's going to come back now, pressing back, big toe, pinky toe down, even pressure, pressing back through the heel, letting that left hip drop slightly, little micro bend in the elbows. Good, staying with the breath. And when you're ready, good. We'll come back up. Good. A small lift or a hip height lift. Right arm's going to come forward, pressing away from the floor with that left shoulder. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, round. Really squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Good. So a little point in the foot, but no foot cramps. Good. Now we're going to tap. Tap, squeeze shoulder and glute and lift. Tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. Try not to hang in left shoulder. Tap, lift. Little circles with the arm. Reverse. Little circles with the leg. And reverse. Good. Knee and hand come down. Child's pose. Woo! All right. From here, when you're ready, we are going to come onto our backs, which is supine. It just means coming on, lying on your back. So however you want to get there, get there. And as you come back here, good. Just roll the shoulders back. If you need to wiggle here, take care of whatever it is that you need to do. Just make sure you're still nice and long from crown to tail. So you don't got shoulders going over here and hips going somewhere else. So you want to be nice and long. Good. We're going to go into some pelvic clocks here. So I'm going to zip up from pubic bone to behind the navel. My pelvis, my hip bones, and my pubic bone are in the same plane. So one's not higher or lower than the other. Good. I'm going to take my arms out to the side so you can better see what I'm doing. But you're welcome to have your arms down by your side. But from here, envision the pubic bone is your 6 o'clock. Your belly button is your 12 o'clock. Your left side is your 3. And your right side is your 9. So we're zipped up. Good. And we're going to take that back, maybe closing any space. This is a posterior tilt because the pubic bone is rocking more towards the face. And then exhale, coming to 6. Maybe a little bit more of an arch in the back, but not to the point of pain. That's an anterior tilt that the pelvis is rocking forward. Good. And we'll take that to 12 and 6. Really zip up. You really want to feel this in the transverse abdominis, which is the deepest layer of the abs. They're underneath the rectus abdominis that gives you the 6-pack, 8-pack, 12-pack, whatever pack. But you could feel this deeply between the navel and the pubic bone. So right about here. If you're properly engaged, that's where you're going to feel it. Good. Now, take it to the 12, pause, tiny, tiny, tiny movements. Take it to 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. Keep that connection. 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. Now take it to 9, 6, 3, 12. Connection is still there. 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6, 3, 12. One more. 9, 6, 3, 12. And gently release. Your head and neck will move with you, just as a reminder everything's connected. Just let it do what it needs to do. Good. All right. So building on that, good. We're going to do opposite arm and leg lifts here. So a different way than what we did before. So good. I'm going to take, yes, let's here. If you have a back issue and you need to keep, the leg that's not being lifted slightly bent, then allow yourself to do that. Always take care of yourself. But from here, good. I'm going to lift the right leg, left arm. Good. And lower. And we'll do that again. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. Good. Switching sides. It's going to be the left leg, right arm. Good. And lift. And lower. Go to your limit. You might not lift as far back or as high as me. That's fine. You do what you need to do. But I usually feel this deeply into my abdominals, maybe not as deeply as pelvic clock, but that same area. And again. Good. Now we're going to have fun. We're going to switch this up. Left arm, right leg. Good. Belly button is in. Hips are stable. Stay here or nod the chin and lift the chest and keep going. Only do this one if you can stay in neutral spine. Good. And the knees will come in and lower down. Yes, we're going to keep working those core muscles here. Good. Going into toe tap, or as I like to call it, toe hovers. So you can take your arms anywhere that's comfortable for you, rolling shoulders back. Knees are going to be in tabletop. So remember, for these, we don't change the angle at the knee. You're only moving from the hip. Belly button is in nice and tight. So if I just go to the right, notice I'm not changing anything at the knee, and I'm coming to a hover. Exhale as you lift. There's the challenge. Good. Right side. Exhale as you lift. So this also kind of challenges where your foot is in space to keep the hover, but not actually tap the toe down. Proprioception. Please. So really engage the abs. If your abs are not engaged when you pull this up because you feel something funny here, those are your hip flexors taking over. Make your abs do the work. Abs are lifting the leg back in. Abs do the lower. Abs do the lifting back in. Last time. Good. And bend the knees and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's go into some bridge work. So Feet are down to the floor, hip, knees, and toes are tracking, rolling shoulders back. Let's do this one with an articulation today. So that just means lifting up and lowering down bone by bone. So we're zipping up. Good. Remember from pelvic clock, we're going to go into that posterior tilt. That tailbone is going to come back. Good. Or the pelvis is going to rock back. We're going to peel up bone by bone. I'm pressing my arms and shoulders into the mat when I do that. That assists me with lifting, also strengthens and preps the upper body for more advanced exercises from the mid back, lower down, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, through the sacrum, and to the tailbone. And we'll rock it back, moving through sacrum, through the lumbar, through the rib cage, through the mid back, pressing up and in, good. And lowering down from the mid back, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, back down to the tailbone. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We'll do that one more time. We're going to stay up there this time, tilting the pelvis back, peeling up through the lumbar, through the rib cage, through the mid back, finding that bridge. Arms, shoulders are pressing in. Good. Belly button is in. Let the left hip dip. Right hip will come up and even that up. And right hip dips. And evening it up. Left hip. And back to center. Right hip. And back to center. Left hip. Back to center. Right hip. Back to center. Left hip. Back to center. Right hip. Back to center. Good. Press into the arms and shoulders. Lift, lift, lift. And we'll lower from the mid back, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, through the tailbone and the sacrum, or sacrum and tailbone. Good. And then once you're ready, bring those knees into the chest and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's take a stretch here. So I'm going to take my right foot down. Hands are going to come behind my left leg. I'm going to travel up nice and high. And I'm just going to point and flex. Good. And rolling the ankle around as I get a nice hamstring stretch here. Now I'm going to release, crossing that ankle over the knee, and we'll come in, finding a figure four. And release. Good. Taking that to the other side. Hands come behind the right, the right leg. Good. Let them travel up as high as they can go. You can point and flex that foot. You can roll that ankle around. That was a big pop. Hopefully nobody heard that. So snap, crackle, and pop in your joints is fine as long as there's no pain associated with that. It just means you've got air in your joint. And then from here, when you're ready, good, we'll cross that ankle over the other knee. Good. Find your figure four, which might be here. It might be here. And then we'll take that down. Let's, for a moment here, do 2 chest lifts, and then we're going to roll like a ball. So feet are going to be grounded. Inhale, exhale, nod the chin, lift up, look to the thigh, arms are long and low. Arms lift, lower down. One leg at a time. Come up into the tabletop position. We'll do that again. Inhale, exhale, nod the chin, lifting up, looking to the thighs, reaching long. Arms lift and lower down. You can hold here. You can hold back here. You can cross the ankles. We're going to roll like a ball. So from here, when you're ready, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to come up. I'm going to balance. And then I'm going to round and come back down. Good. Going into hundreds here, beginners, you can keep your feet grounded. You can have knees in tabletop, legs up to the ceiling or anywhere on a diagonal line, as long as you can maintain neutral spine and the pelvis doesn't arch up and cause problems, okay? So from here, whenever you're ready, I'm just gonna start right here. Arms up, zip up that front body, inhale, exhale, nod the chin, lift the chest, eyes are to the thighs, wherever it is you're going. Arms are long and strong. Find your legs where you're gonna take them. Start pumping. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the chest higher. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look at thighs. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, belly button in. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. And we'll come down. Good. And we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. From here, we're going to roll like a ball again. However way you want to do it this time. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Find your balance if you can as you come up. Good. And rolling this down. Good. So we are going to come to a roll downs and roll ups. If you would only like to do roll downs only. Once you roll down, roll over to your side, come back up to a seat and go again. Otherwise, you can do the full roll ups as long as you're not doing this. Okay, that was all momentum, no core. I didn't feel anything here. If you're doing it right, you're gonna feel it here, okay? So be mindful of that. I'm gonna modify today, just because sometimes my body can get a little bit deeper when I do the modification versus the full. But if the full is your jam and that's in your practice, you go ahead and take it. I'm gonna bend the knees. I'm gonna come up. I'm sitting up nice and tall, belly button is in, tilting that pelvis back, scooping back. Good. I'm gonna come back to my point of control, which is that point where either my feet need to lift or I need to keep going back. And then once I've got that, I'm gonna come nice and slow, coming all the way back up and reach and rocking that back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Let's reverse. From here, I'm going to rotate to my right. I'm going to roll this down. Inhale, exhale, coming up to the right. Moving through center, taking it to the left. And I'm going to roll down. Inhale, exhale, taking it back up. One more time each side. My hips don't shift. I'm just moving the upper body. I'm going to roll down. Inhale, exhale, coming back up to center, to the left, rolling down, and coming back up. Good. And coming back to center. We're going to roll all the way down here and stay down. Rolling down. Good. From here, we're going to take this into a series of 5. So because we're doing these slow, 6 is going to be our magic number today, but you can always do what it is that you need to do. So I'm going to start knees in tabletop position. Good. Inhale, arms up, exhale, C curve. Good. I'm going to start right hand on left knee, left hand on left ankle, reaching the right leg long and strong. And here we go. Here's 1. And 2. 3, belly button is in. We're still breathing. 4, 5, and 6. Good. Double leg stretch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. I'm going to lower down as I reset. Legs are going to come up. Good. Going into single straight leg stretch. I'm going to come up. Good. Taking hands behind that left leg. Wherever it is you need to grab. Right leg is going to come long. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Only pulse the leg you're grabbing. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. I'm going to come down. Double straight leg stretch. Legs are going to come up. Let's take an external rotation in the feet today. So heels are going to be connected, hips, knees, and toes turn out. You've got a fist width apart between the 2 big toes. This one you can do with upper body lowered. That's going to be easier. Or nodding the chin, finding a C curve. That's going to be a little bit harder. Inhale on the lower. Exhale and lift. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Bend the knees and lower down. Preparing for crisscross here. Hands are going to come behind the head. You want them behind the head, not the neck. Elbows are going to be out. Not necessarily wide as possible, but you don't want them to be in here either. Remember, when we rotate, we're leading with the shoulder, not the elbow. We really want to get into that waistline, the oblique. Hips stay grounded. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to come up and go to the left and right. And 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And come down. Good. We're going to transition again. Roll like a ball or full roll up or rolling over to your side. You choose. I just love rolling like a ball, so I do that all the time. I'm going to come all the way up. Good. We're going to prepare with a side plank here. So let's do that. I'm going to demo this up high. You can also do this on the forearm, but it's a lot harder. Be mindful too that we're also going to do a little twist and scoop. So you might want to come up high once we get to that part. But for the first part, we're just going to side plank. So I'm going to start. Good. My left hand's going to be over here. This is my left leg. And I'm just going to take this right leg out. Good. Now I want my hips and my shoulders to be in that alignment as best as I can. And for some of us, this might be it. And even, if you're going to do here, this is also a modification for, the scoop if you're going to go there. You can play here. Good. You can play here. Good. You can stack. Inhale, exhale. Good. And I'm going to take that down. Good. So I've got my left leg on the bottom. My right leg is on the top. And whenever you're ready, we're going to take the up and do the twist and the scoop. So from here, when you're ready, I'm going to press into this top foot as I come up. Good. Finding my plank. Good. So I'm going to hinge as I twist and scoop and come back up. Twist and scoop. I'm staying lifted and coming back up. Twist and scoop and back up and lower that down. Good. From here, come right into the side series. So I'm going to do side series today on the forearm. You can always come down. Some people like to balance on the elbow too. You find what you need to do, but whatever you're doing, remember, shoulder is lifted if you're following me. Chest is lifted. This is hanging in the rib cage. We want to be lifted in the rib cage. Good. I'm going to take my legs a little bit more forward here because I'm going to be on the forearm. Good. So I'm kind of at an angle, but my shoulders and hips are in alignment. I'm going to zip up here. This hand, arm can be anywhere that's good for you. So from here, I'm going to lift up this leg. I'm going to take little circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Knee bend. I'm going to bend and drive through the heel. Maybe even taking this knee down a little bit more if you want a little bit of an angle to it. And 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. I'm going to grab here. I'm going to take it back, finding a quad stretch. And then from here, good. We're going to take this into a clam. So I'm going to bend my knees. Good. I'm still going to stay up here, but you're welcome to come down. Good. The edges of my feet are going to touch. I'm going to keep my feet lower today. I'm lifted through the rib cage. I'm going to open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to take this to 8 and 8. Good. From here, I'm going to come down. Good. So I'm going to find a little bit of a banana here. So now I've got my legs a little bit longer. Good. I'm down here. Good. I'm going to zip up. This hand can help you if you need it. It's more challenging if the hand's at the waist or alongside your body. Big inhale, exhale, going into bananas. We're going to lift. Top leg lift. Lowers and lowers down. Inhale, exhale, lift, lift, lower, lower. Inhale, lift, lift, lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, and lower. Good. Find your way up into a seat. I'm going to cross my right leg over my left. Good. Coming nice and tall. Little stretch. We're going to take that all to the other side, starting with a side plank. So whenever you're ready. Good. Find it how you need to find it. Good. So you can always start down on the knee first. Good. You can always just be right here. Find what you need. Good. So from here, I'm just planking. And then from here, I'm going to take that down. Good. So my right leg's on the bottom, my left leg's on the top. When I come up, I'm going to press into this leg, press into this foot. Whenever you're ready, I'm going to come up. Good. And then I'm going to scoop and twist and come back. Lift, scoop and twist, and come back to the plank. Lift, scoop and twist, come back to the plank. One more time. Lift, scoop and twist, come back, and come down. Good. Going into side series here. Forearm is grounded. Good. I'm going to take my legs a little bit more in front of me, that little angle, but my shoulders and my hips are in this alignment. I'm out of my shoulder. I'm lifted in the rib cage. And then from here, when you're ready, you're going to lift little circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more because we were supposed to do 6. Good. Now, knee bend. Good. We'll come down. Drive through the heel and the glute and press. And 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Now bend, grab. Good. Find that nice quad stretch. Oh, feels so good to stretch the quad. Good. And then when you're ready, good. I'm going to bend in the knees, setting up for clam here. We're going to do 8 times again. You're nice and strong. You can always come down if you can't. Press out of that shoulder again. And here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, when you're ready, good. We're going to prepare for those bananas. Good. I'm going to take this long again. You're nice and long here. This hand, arm can be anywhere you need it to be. Inhale, exhale, lift, lift, lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, lower. Now lift, lift, lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, lower. Woo. Take that bend, come up, and find that nice hip stretch. All right, from here, let's come prone. So that means belly down. We're going to do some nice splines here. We're not going to spend too much time here, but I do want to get to some extension. So legs are about hip width apart. Good. Let's take the hands a little forward into the side of the shoulders, rolling shoulders back. Good. Zipping up the front body, belly. So that means belly button is in. Good. Find a baby swan or a high swan. Careful not to hang in the back. And we'll lower. Inhale, exhale, baby or high. Good. See if you can find a little bit more length as you lower down between bone by bone. Inhale, exhale, reach up, find your swan. And coming down. And one more time. Finding the swan and coming down. Good. Let's go into a quick round of swimming. Arms are going to come forward. Palms can face each other or be down. You choose what you need here. Good. But from here, when you're ready, belly button is in, nice and tight. Lift the upper, lift the lower. And here we go, alternating. So just like when we did opposite arm in the beginning, squeeze that shoulder, squeeze the glute of whatever's lifting. Slow and controlled. Hips don't move around. Good. And taking that down. Hands under the shoulders, press back, child pose. All right, last little challenge here. We're going to come to another plank challenge. You've got options here to forearm plank this or be up high. I'm going to be up high, but you can certainly come to the forearm plank. So from here, I'm going to find my plank. I'm going to come up high. Good. So I'm pressing away. I'm taking my chest just a little bit more forward, finding a little bit more length. Good. Now belly button is in. I'm going to lift the right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. Let's make this interesting. Tap the right leg to the right and bring it back in. Left to the left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Now, those of you that are on forearm plank won't be able to do this, but feel free to come high. Otherwise, shoulder, 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 shoulder. Woo! Take that back, find a downward facing dog. Maybe walking the dog here if you want it to be a little bit more stretchy. My shoulders are back in their pockets. I'm pressing in and forward into my mat. My head and neck is free. Knees can be bent as needed. From here, I'm going to take my feet just a little bit closer together, but not together. And then with a bent knee, we're hinging from the hips. We're gonna walk those hands back towards the feet. Take the hips over the ankles, maybe just a little fold and a dangle. Good. Now from here, pressing into the feet from hip to heel. From the tailbone, belly button is in. We're gonna round, 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 round. Coming all the way back up to standing. Let's do that one more time. We're gonna roll down and come back to standing as we finish, nodding the chin. Good. Starting from right here, rolling in. Bending the knees as you need to. Belly button scoops. Remember, you've got that imaginary wall behind you. You're trying not to put the hips back behind. Takes a lot of practice. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, again, pressing into the feet from hip to heel, from the tailbone, belly button scoops. We're stacking bone by bone. Good. Big inhale, take it up. Reach, reach, reach. Let's open, open, open. And coming back to standing. Good. Great work on this deep and slow flow Pilates mat work class. I hope you had a great time, build up a little bit of heat, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye-bye.